Man, what's good, man? We got another episode of Coolin with AC, man. I have, a great, talented artist with me that's blazing his own path, man, in the industry. Great energy, like I said, talented, and just have a lot of different, vibes, bro. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother, man.
Man, it's your man, 2 Live Breed. I'm here. Hey, it's a blessing to be here, man. We finna get straight to it.
Yeah. So for those that don't know you, bro, just give them a little background about just you in general.
Man, born and raised from Nashville, Tennessee, straight like that. And originally my name was Lil Breed. I changed my name probably 2 years ago when I was under a contract with a different situation, and just really started putting out music last May. It seemed like it's been forever, but we just started back rolling in May 2nd. And just created all this momentum in 7 months, and it's just been a blessing, man. I'm known for throwing a party at Waffle House and making a song and going viral around the world. Just recently got off of Netflix, Rhythm and Flow.
Yes, sir.
That's somewhere other people may notice me from, and then a lot of fans just know me for just being me. So 2 Live Breed, baby.
Yeah, bro. Man, so how did you get into music, bro? Like, what was your, background?
Man, music for me, bro, I always been my best friend because, and I know that sounds so generic, but literally for me, I was raised in different environments from everybody that, I'm gonna start opening up more about it. I'm writing a book too.
Okay.
But it's I came from a childhood where my mom and dad wasn't together, so every other weekend I was in different environments. One weekend I'll be in the hood, one weekend I'll be in Antioch. So I didn't get a chance to really grab a parent relationship because my mom was full-time working, my dad was full-time working. I'm moving around all the time. So I used to have to write all the time and talk to the book, talking to myself. It was originally came from writing stories. I was writing stories about anything, and then one day I figured out that my stories was rhyming. So I didn't know what poetry was. It was just me writing in a journal. Then one day my friend was like, "Hey, spit something," playing around trying to listen to Soulja Boy, crank that, and then I freestyled on Soulja Boy. His brother came in there, "Who that?" I was like, yeah, I was like, man, me. And then he told me and gave me that confidence. That one piece of confidence made me do what I'm doing today, because that's how much love I have for my friend. At that time when his brother said that to me, it made me be like, man, this is something I can do, at a young ass age. And that's correct. Can I say age?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is all wrong cut, bro.
So it was crazy, man. That's a true story, man. That happened down the street from Lakeview Elementary, and that started in elementary, but that's where that came from.
Dang,
I could go into a little more deeper on that, but I don't want to be long.
No, you good now. What I was about to say, who are your main influences? Once you discovered, I can do this, who did you look to?
When I first started, that was at the age of before 12 years old. Can't give you the day because it's been to me so long. Honestly, Soulja Boy was very inspiring to me at that time, because you gotta think about this is around MySpace time.
Yeah, YouTube.
You gotta think about he created a lot of your generational rappers as far as using social media and promoting your music videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So I grew up on that era of Soulja Boy, even Lil Bow Wow and Omarion doing all them little snaps and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was inspired by him doing it at a young age. But, as I grew up, always been Lil Wayne, dang, Lil Wayne, I want to be like Lil Wayne. I want to be, at his level of, creativity and influence. I always wanted that type of, I never been an artist to be some people, they fall in love with the artist, man. I fall in love with the artist mindset of where they are. So I'm very influenced by a lot of artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus man, that's one artist. Cause I tell you right now, I'm influenced my whole career wise. I want something legendary like Will Smith.
Okay.
I want something, that's what my end of be all. I want people dang, his legacy's like this, but he touched the world this, So I always look at Will Smith as somebody for myself to be yo, I want a legacy like that. Then for my city, I want a legacy like Nipsey Hussle. So it's like, how you got all these energies, but it's like I want to be a leader and I want to leave a legacy in my own way and be the Two Live Breed, somebody that people like, man, Two Live Breed, that's a household name, legacy name. So
man, bro, that's wonderful. Before we go further, favorite Lil Wayne project?
You already know that's probably Carter 3.
Carter 3?
That's Carter 3. Because Carter 3, for me, it was just different. And I know that's when he had the lollipop. You gotta think about it. This is when 106 and Park was just booming too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I wish like we still had. But like as a kid, again, every time you flip in that channel, that's when we was watching TV. You go to BT, you'll see Wayne. You know, Wayne. It was Wayne, Kanye versus 50 Cent. But Wayne was constantly on television, and that was Carter 3 time for me as growing up. You know, I'm 97 baby, so.
Oh, you born 97? Okay,
so
dang, that's crazy.
I was glued to the TV when Wayne was coming up. So
Yeah.
I got to watch that whole process and be inspired.
Yo, that's crazy. So, around what age did you start making traction in, you know what I'm saying, in the music scene in Nashville?
My opinion, and that's where that story is crazy, but I'm not gonna do no story. I think it was 16 years old. Honestly, where I started realizing, like, dang, this is real, because like I'll go places, people will crowd with me, or like I used to perform like every weekend. Like, dude, I'm performing every weekend at somebody's house or something. I'm like, what's going on, dude? It's birthday parties. At 16, and it really didn't kick in. It's like still to this day, it don't really kick into me like the influence or what I do, like, cause like it's really who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something I'm trying to like, I'm not acting. Like, it's like really I love this music stuff. So like when people meet me and I get to touch people, I really care about it. So when I seen that person cry, I don't remember who the first person was, but I remember going home that day and I was like, dang, this is like really true. Like, this is something bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, my music is making somebody really get emotionally, like, you know, like get through something, you know. And it changed my outlook on what I'm doing, you know, where it's like, man, it's deeper than music, man. You getting people through pain, you getting people, you know, motivation, inspiration, you know, so many stories. Cause I stay in touch with a lot of fans, or like new fans. I try to communicate. I got a fan in Australia right now I've been talking to.
Wow. And
she's like, she's been going through heavy depression, but like a lot of my songs I write for my fans, because you gotta take that time to talk to your fans, and when you do that, you start realizing what you need to talk about in your next journey. And I try to do that. A lot of my music is party music because it's an escape for a lot of people. I want somebody to feel like if they in the hood, they could be in a mansion and turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't look at my music that way, but that's why I got all these fun ideas, and I'm always doing something crazy and fun, creating it and making it have balance. You know, one, because I understand that's gonna give somebody like, man, I'm escaped from all that reality. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yo, so you said like briefly about like you started putting out more music last year. Like, what you know, what goes into, I guess, not necessarily your strategy, but like what inspired you to just go ahead and start taking off and putting out your music last year, as far as like?
Man, I was held in the contract for like a year, so, and a lot of people didn't realize it because I was so consistent before that year. So I think people was like, I don't know what people was thinking, but what I was thinking, I was pissed. I was like, dude, they gonna forget about me. So I was very inspired for that day of May 2nd. I remember I was just waiting on it because I'm like, man, I'm just ready to show them, like, dude, I ain't, because I feel like I let the people down, like I really did. Because, like, you gotta think about it, these fans, man, they looking at you as inspiration and you not dropping stuff. It kind of is disrespect. I took it as just, I was disrespecting them and they didn't understand why, like what was going on. So I was very hungry. And then I cooked up like 10 music videos before even dropping, and I ain't gonna lie, it didn't make sense, but now it makes sense because I don't know how it made sense, but like the music was everywhere. Like when I have a pop song here, I have like, what's going on, Bree? You know what I'm saying? It's just how I felt at that time though, because you know I had all these emotions going on in my head, and I just was putting it on the music, man, and it worked out, man. I ain't gonna lie, like it started like at first when I first dropped, being honest, Back in My Bag was the first song I dropped, and for the new music, and I remember dropping. And I got a lot of love, but I had higher expectations. Like, I'm just being honest, man. And I know fans were like, man, I couldn't tell, but like, I was really hurt about it because I was like, man, I need more love than this. Like, I need to go hard. Like, I'm the king. Like, I want to be like, because I want to be great. I'm like a winner. Like, I'm playing a game every day with this. Like, I'm always working. So I dropped another song. Like, y'all gonna catch on soon. All right. So I was dropping a song every week of last year until the summer was over. Then I slowed down, dropped a song every month after that. And them last 3 songs, which is the biggest songs I got, but Goofy is big too, and I snuck up on me.
Bro, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that mug they blew up on SoundCloud without knowing. They got 400,000 on SoundCloud, 300,000 on Spotify, the YouTube, 50K on YouTube. We didn't even look at that song, and like we looked back at it the other day, we're like, damn. And then Looking Now just hit 300,000 with Bubba Spark. We ain't looked at that song either. Then the last 2 songs that we dropped, She Thick, of course, and Common Sense with my girl London B. Like it just started catching on because it's so much work that we put out before then, and it helped the fans like really start getting back because their attention span, you know, you're like, man, they wasn't used to me dropping, so it's just now, you know, when we drop, we have people again. Like, it's crazy. That's how it works for me, the honest truth, because a lot of artists probably like, man, it's always been good. Nah, bro, like, I was really mad when I dropped Back in My Bag, but I had to keep fighting because I understood, I had the vision of understanding, you know, it's just going to take time to rebuild, you know, because I haven't dropped in a year. Yeah.
So any aspiring artists, would you suggest them to drop, like, as far as like content-wise, would you suggest dropping like singles or drop projects?
Singles. And see, I'm the most indecisive person. Like, so, like, people hate me on my team so much because I'm always, because
When's your birthday?
I'm April 25th. So 1992.
You're a Taurus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm fucking like, I have so many visions and I get them done, but like honestly, I had a hard time accepting singles was the route because I wanted to drop so much content.
Right.
And realistically, they just not gonna listen to, like, you gotta think about the artists that ain't dropping that much content. They're not dropping projects. The people that you like coming up as me right now. I'm coming up. I want to give y'all so much just because I want to show y'all that I'm dope. Can't be like that.
Yeah.
Just let them work into it. Work them into it. They gonna catch on later. So I was like, man, I had to slow down and just really jack in singles and work on EPs versus albums.
Right.
That's the hardest job for an artist because you want to give them so much, but don't do that because they're not. You're battling so many artists. You got to focus on that.
Right. Yeah, because it's like the rap game is pop now, right? You know, it's a popular, the most popular genre. Yeah. So it's like trying to figure out a way to separate yourself from such a saturated game, man.
Yeah, it's different, dude. It's a strategy. It's all in your mind. It's a head game. Yeah. This interview is for artists. It sounds like they're gonna be like, oh, this is great, man. Like, it's all a mental game. Once you gotta stay put on your plan. I feel like it's you could definitely probably win dropping projects, but you gotta have your own strategy and you gotta stick to it. You know.
Yeah. Hey, that's real though. Yeah. So Rhythm and Flow, go into how like all of that like came about.
Shoot, that's, man, truth be told, I did a show at TSU the night before I got the call. We didn't know what the show was called. It was it was called a rap show. That's
so the opportunity came to you?
It came to me, yeah.
Wow.
Before, I hope I can talk. I can.
Can you?
I can. I think, man, this is real.
Okay.
I can talk about it now. The show.
I'll make sure. Yeah.
So they called, and actually me and London is close because of this reason. We was the only 2 that made it, but we really, the audition that niggas don't see, the audition, me and her was in the same room and we just had caught the energy together. Like we was cool. Like we shared the same mind, and you know, like that's my sis, bro. Like real talk, man. We clicked the day one. We in a small room similar to this, just eating all this food up in there, and they talking to us. But I remember the lady that casted me. She said, "Man, if you stay out of trouble, we gonna bring you back because we believe in you." Because you know, my best friend passed away probably a year into it, so they knew my background. They knew I had so many energies around me, which you know I battled with anxiety like a mud because like I just had a lot of things happen in my life. So it was the show was tough for me because I was still healing from all these things. I didn't understand grief. I didn't understand. I was young, so I didn't understand. I lost so many people in it. But 6 months after that, the show was popping. You know, and they kept their promise to me, man. They actually did call me like, it's time, let's go. So the real audition shook that thing with T.I. And T.I. fell in love. Like off camera, these people are different. You know, you only see what's on camera, but like you gotta think about it. We spent hours working on these things and sitting and bonding with each other and talking to each other, and it was just a beautiful experience, man. But the moral of what I'm trying to say is, man, I didn't even know what that TV show was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I was literally performing at TSU the day before the real audition, and they were, you know, taking that leap in a room. It didn't look expensive. It was a room that looked like a broke down hotel, rooms on the wall, nothing flashy, and they had a camera smaller than anything. It wasn't no big high tech cameras. It was like, what camera is this? What type of show is this? This ain't gonna be no real show. Like a dude that got this ego, it came in there and thinking like that, they would have, you know, messed up opportunity. But you just gotta be able to swing every chance you get. You gotta be able to take every opportunity. I take every opportunity. Like, people don't know, and I believe God just got me. But like, I don't believe, if I feel it in my heart, I need to do it, I do it because I know I can create something out of it. And luckily, this opportunity was the first rap competition in America. You know what I'm saying? On Netflix. This is that's a big opportunity to attach yourself to, winning awards from it, breaking records from it, you know, meeting the biggest artists, the biggest producers in the game, behind the scenes and on scene. Like, these are real directors we working with. Shout out to Jesse Collins. Like, these are people that work at BET that we're friends with. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different ball game, you know, and it opened my eyes so much to the industry and gave me a lot of blessings off the show. Still to this day, there's so many people from overseas that I love to death that is just in love with, you know, my brand and who I am and what I stand for, just simply off the show. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen everybody else on the show grow from it. So it's like a blessing. Like, it was no loser on the show. And I remember T.I. telling us that, he was like, dog, y'all the best in America. These are the top 30 in America we discovered. Like, y'all won. You know what I'm saying? He said, bro, he told everybody in front of these dudes all gonna be there. And I done seen peaks of everybody from Savannah Hannah, Lincoln with Nikki, all these people, like everybody from the show is winning in a certain area, and it's like a timer. Like, you gonna see everybody get their time. It's crazy. It is really crazy to see. But it's a blessing though.
Yeah, that's crazy. As far as like building a team, like what would you tell an aspiring artist as far as building like a team of people that believes in your vision and have truly the best interest in whatever you got going?
My biggest thing I live with every day, don't ever take the person. Don't ever choose for talent, choose for heart. Because if you got the right people around you that got the right heart for you, you can teach them how to be the most talented. So that's why I think, like, all the time, everybody that I ever touched, from DJs, producers, cameramen, engineers, and not taking credit from them because they talented on their own, God made them like that. I just was in their life to help them, you know, see it a little better. But like, honestly, I feel like I knew deep down that they believe in me so much, I can help them get to where I need them to be. So versus me working with somebody that's like, oh, over here, this man, he 1 million views. But the thing is, that person ain't gonna give you that same energy as this person that believe in you. And this dude gonna have a resume. This dude gonna have this resume, and he's gonna be thinking he can make you be something he already made. Nah, you need somebody that's gonna make you be the best you. So that's what I live on, and that's what I really do. Like, I don't believe in resumes, egos, name brands. I'm like, nah, dude, I believe in the soul of somebody, so that's how I move.
That's good to be able. Like, how hard is that to really like to decipher or discern like what type of person you're dealing with an opportunity that they're like given and stuff like that?
It's a hard job. I'm not gonna capture you. I still battle that, you know. But I have a lot of people around me that can see it too because they've been here so long. So it's that's what helps me out, bro. But like, it is a challenge. It is a challenge
sure.
Because when you got like somebody like me with this good heart, big heart too, on the side of that, like people come, angels come. I mean, devils come and angels disguise. You know what I'm saying? So you like when people realize who you are and stuff like that, or like not saying who you are, like oh I'm flashy, I'm too loud, I'm talking about who you are as a person. They'll take advantage of you. You know, and this game is meant to take advantage of you. Just being true about it. So, I mean, you just gotta keep rocking. Because if you keep rocking, you're gonna climb the mountain. So.
When did you start seeing that change to where it's like, okay, I got to have people around me to where it's like, I can't do this by myself at this particular point?
Shit, man. I think it happened. It's been happening. It still it goes on. I don't think this is gonna ever stop. When you get that feeling, when you be like, man, I gotta have right people around me. Like, bruh, it's just not gonna stop because you're gonna have people that you gotta position. The higher you get, it's more positions. There's more positions you gotta fill. You're gonna need security. You're gonna need somebody just assistant. You're gonna need little roles that you never even thought about that you need just because you need that balance. You're gonna need it. So you're gonna have to always have applications for new people in your life when you're doing what you're doing because you performing on a high level. It's not gonna be the people you grow up with either. Like as much as people want it to be, some of them people are just not meant for the job, and that's a tough job that I had to learn. Because if you putting all these people around you that wasn't, you know, they purpose to be that job title, they never gonna have the passion to do it. Right. But it's people waiting for you in this world already that is willing to do the job that you need them to do. You just gotta trust it.
Isn't that interesting? Like
it's crazy.
How, like your warm, I call it your warm market. It's like the people that you know the most and then seeing you grow. It's like I mess with you, but I mess with you because you're not my boy and not what you offer the world.
Hardest job to do. hardest thing that I face it. And that's why I don't do it no more. You pick your friends in that position, it's gonna be hard to tell them, hey bro, I can't use you no more. You don't want to lose a friend like that. You rather, you know, leave it limits and help them out with what they're doing versus trying to bring them on your team. That's my opinion. Yeah, that's my opinion. But like I done seen some people do their friends and brothers and stuff like that. You know. It's challenging though. Yeah, man. I done seen mamas manage artists. It's a challenge, dude. It's a hard job, bro. Cause like, boy, it's a challenge. I know. I can't even get into that.
I already know. Yeah, for sure. All right, so I always ask this question. If you had to choose a producer, another rapper, and an R&B singer, and y'all make a collab album, who would they be?
A rapper and an R&B singer.
And a producer.
And a producer.
And the producer got to produce all the songs.
I ain't the producer got to produce
all of them.
All right, Chris Brown got to be the R&B giant.
Okay.
For sure, because he's killing anything. Like, that's big facts. Like,
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with him. Another artist. Ooh, rap though. Man, who have I been listening to lately, man? That's like, I gotta go with my bro Deuce right now, man. He's killing it.
He tight too.
And so I'm gonna go. I know that. They gonna be like, how you gonna do Chris Brown, Deuce, and 2 Live Breed? What type of song is this gonna be? It's gonna be hard. And then we gonna have the producer be Tay Keith because he's killing it too. And I'm keeping it Tennessee.
I think that makes sense. I'm keeping it in-house. It's funny because before I thought of that question, I'm like, he may pick Tay Keith. Yeah. And in a good way, of course.
I'm gonna keep Tay Keith, man.
He cold, man. He the truth, man. Shout out to Tay Keith. Shout out to Tay Keith, man. I ain't gonna give
no secrets out, but you already know what's gonna go on.
Hey, tell Tay Keith to come to the show too, man. We gotta get him on here, man. We gotta get
He would love to, I bet.
Yeah, we gotta get him on here, man.
Yeah, man. Come in.
Yeah, man, you gotta come out here, man.
Do it, man.
Another question is, who are your top 5 rappers? And your top favorite, top 5
Of all
favorite.
time?
Yeah, of your top 5 favorite of all time.
Alright, bro. Dang, boy. Alright, you gotta go Pac.
Okay.
Mine is gonna be different. I'm gonna give y'all top, for real deal top, but I'm gonna tell y'all my top. It's my personal inspiration. Pac, you gonna have to give Jay-Z a seat. It's not in no order.
Okay.
You gotta give Lil Wayne a seat. You gotta give Biggie a seat. And I gotta go with somebody that just been inspiring me, and I feel like we'll see it in our next generation. Nipsey Hussle's gonna sit down, I think. Okay. I'm sorry to tell y'all that, but
you don't have to apologize.
But like, y'all gonna understand later on. Nipsey Hussle's gonna be in our greats, and there's a lot of top 5s. Don't get it confused with like, you know, Drake is definitely up there, but like it's gonna be different. But like I feel like everybody has their top 5 moment in their career. I know this sounds crazy. I'm looking at both cameras. Every artist has a top 5 moment in their career. So you can't, of all time, it's gonna be very hard. But you always gonna have Pac in that seat, and you always gonna have Jay, Wayne. It's just 100%. And then you gotta think about, you got Kanye. You got a lot of these people, J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake. These people, they all had moments where they was #1 in hip hop. So it's just an opinion that's very hard for me, because I feel like everybody gonna have their top 5 moment.
Yeah, for sure. I
know that sounds so weird.
No, it's not. It's not weird at all, bro. It's not weird at all, bro.
Everybody got top 5.
Yeah, now this you like, however you genuinely feel, bro. That's how it is. Man, enlighten us about the tour in Cali, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Nobody educated me and let me know that it was snow in Cali. I did.
Well, hold on, where about in Cali? Wait, Sacramento or something?
I went to Big Bear.
Oh,
Big Bear. It was snow. I didn't have no winter clothes. Dude, it was a challenge, bro. Everywhere in Cali was a challenge. I mean, y'all love to smoke. Every time I performed, the stage was full of blunts. Like, they was throwing weed on the stage every night, consistently. The people there, man, I love y'all to death, man. It was an experience. It was my first tour, so you gotta think about it, man. I missed a flight the second day in. Nobody even peeped it, like, because I got there somehow, and as a guy, but like it was so much stress, you know, because like I'm like new to it, so I'm trying to catch my flow, bro. But it was dope, bro. I'm just happy that like a lot of artists don't even get the chance to tour. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, soak this in. This is really what you're doing. You're really doing this. Like, that's what it made me feel like.
What's all the logistics that go into like touring, as far as like making sure you on the bus, hotel,
that's the thing.
all that stuff?
That's the hard part. People don't realize we only spend 2 hours in each city. So like as far as like for ourselves, because every day we waking up to another city. So we getting in the hotel about 4 in the morning. Get 3 hours of sleep. You gotta go to the next city, or you're gonna miss sound check, or you're gonna miss the show by oversleeping. So it's like, dude, your sleep schedule is messed up. I'm only getting 2 hours. That's why I told you, I'm still tired. And I gotta go back Saturday. So it's like, it's a different beast. And you know, eating schedule and stuff like that, because when you flying, you driving, you gonna forget. You ain't gonna forget about eating because you're gonna be hungry, but you can be like, man, I gotta sacrifice, you know, eating just to get to here, you know. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but I love it. It's a lot, but I love it.
And your music requires a lot of energy too. Yeah. So like on top of that, so
that's
like,
what I'm saying. So
are you able to do any type of cardio or anything? While
I couldn't
the treadmill or something like
and
that?
I told my manager, I said, I'm gonna work out in the mornings in the hotels. No. Then they was right. They said, you ain't gonna have the time to do it. Don't try to do it and hurt yourself. And I said, what? You know, I can do that. No, it sounded like it was gonna happen, but it was like, it's just the schedule's so fast. I know the next tour, you know, if I get like days off in between, or I don't have to wake up and go to the next city the next day, like that's the challenge. When you moving like that, man, you really don't have time to do any free thing. Like I can't even talk on the phone. Like it was like, dude, I wasn't even on social media. Like it felt like a whole day. Like tour felt like a whole day. It was like literally full. It was crazy, man. I could feel it still.
Bro, that's crazy. That's inspiring though to see, you know, to see you doing your thing, man. How's it working with Buck?
Buck, man, it was definitely different, man. I like honestly, me and Buck, work wise, man. we have a couple songs, of course, but like honestly, man, our relationship was more of like trying to get that knowledge from him to understand, like, man, how do I need to make this happen? What was your mistakes? Like, let me be real with the situation. Like, tell me something that you feel like you messed up on. And he honestly gave me the truth to a lot of things, and, you know, passed down a lot of knowledge and torches to me, man. And it's a blessing, man. I got all respect to Buck. Like, and honestly, man, people probably will fact check me. Like, it was times where I didn't like Buck because I had a mindset of like I wanted to be better than Buck. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, just growing up and seeing the reality of like coming up as an artist, the struggles and the challenges I had to realize. These are the people before me, everybody before me I have to respect, and I can learn something from them. And when I was able to grow up into that, I know I'm still young, grow up into that person, I got a lot of knowledge from it. You know what I'm saying? And now I can lead and I can, you know, put somebody under my wing because I know the truth behind what's going on in every aspect of the game. And Buck, man, he's one of the most successful. Well, he is the most successful artist from Nashville, Tennessee,
For sure.
And
For sure.
in industry wise, you know, he toured. He done hit the stage with the best artists in the world, met the biggest people in the world. He done seen things nobody else has seen, and he done shared that with me, and it was just like a blessing, you know, because he hooked me up with Billy Ray Cyrus already. He does a lot of things behind the scenes, bro. And the thing is, when people do things behind the scenes, bro, it just shows you that, you know, what they really
what they really about.
They really about. Because,
sure.
you know, there's certain things you see Buck do shout me out and do love for, bro, but he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I know he locked up right now. I haven't talked to him or nothing like that, but man, prayers up to him. I got love for everybody in the city. That's one thing about me, like, you know, I rock with Star, I fuck with Jelly, I fuck with Struggle, I fuck with everybody because everybody, like I went to you earlier, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
It's about to pass down. Like, man, all them paved the way, and if you really get the knowledge from them, the way is gonna be right because they got the keys, but we got to put our keys together to unlock the door. Man, that's really the truth.
And that, I was about to go back and revisit that topic we were talking about before the show started. It was like how Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know what I'm saying, they have more of like a unified effort on like, this is our shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I see a lot of posts, people be like, man, Atlanta like this, they doing this, but it's deeper than just that, bro. They been doing it. It's like, bro, like I told you earlier, they play the Outkast record, they playing all they legends before they play Young Thug. They playing all they legends before they play Lil Key. They playing all the legends before that time. You can't do that in our city. And I'm not saying you can't. One day we will. But right now, it's just not that type of legacy that we have. You know, Memphis doing it too. They playing 3 6 Mafia. They playing Yo Gotti. Then they playing Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster. You see, it's a legacy. You know, and they've been building it and working on it and bringing people up. That's why people like Memphis, we running it. Because you got to think about it. It's all family. It's people behind it. I rock with that person because this person's behind them. Not saying people is pitting people on, but it's people take it when people say I put you on. It's like
I'm big brother. Yeah, right.
You could. He definitely did it by himself, bro. But it was people before him that paid the way to help it out. Makes sense, you know, and gotta be real with the situation, man. And that's why, you know, I took the leap to work with Duke Deuce from Nashville because I understand if I could connect Nashville with Memphis, we're gonna do something right because now we in a real family. We have to be like that because it's all love now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing, man. We gotta think like that. We can't, you know, worry about the in-house competition in the city. Like, what is that all about? Who's better? Like, let's break some records together. Let's put our city on the map and place Billboard. You think Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne arguing about who got the best verse on the song? Nah, bro. They doing them, and you feel me? And we loving the record.
Exactly.
That's what we got to do.
If you had to name your subgenre of music, what would you name it? Your particular style?
It's definitely too loud. Too loud genre, man. I'm definitely, this next project's gonna be crazy. Man, it's definitely gonna be more, you know, understanding of what, you know, that sound is. I just hope that I can influence somebody. Like I'm trying to get right behind him and do what he doing. That like it's sound and stuff like that, you know. So it's gonna be dope.
Oh, and I remember you mentioning that you wanted to be like a Nipsey Hussle figure, like of Nashville. What other endeavors are you tapping into as far as like trying to expand, not only the brand, but you know, just for the community?
Like I done a lot of stuff off the heart that I can mention. Like man, I bring A&Rs to my school, Tennessee State University. I graduated in May, but like I bring A&Rs from Atlantic Records, Rock Nation. All to my school to talk to my school, and not only did that, I brought internships from them record labels to my school and gave students opportunities to be an A&R intern at Atlantic and all these other situations. I done did that 3 years straight without promoting it. You know what I'm saying? Without talking about it. I feed, you know, we feed the homeless. My mom do that every year. You know, that's a family thing, but that's nothing. You know, that's something that we really care about. Man, feeding the students, you know, for activities. That's something that you can see on my profile all the time. My cousin just opened up a club on Jefferson Street, black owned, called House of Legends, popping, and we can start doing 2 Live Tuesdays there. So I'm gonna be doing my own events there real soon. I just gotta get some. Y'all
got hookah there now. One of my colleagues just mentioned that not too long ago.
We finna really do that.
Shout out J-Dub.
It's gonna be real crazy, but I'm all about, man, making it all make sense. I got so much more that I'm gonna do too as well. Like I got journals written down, you know, for even if something happens to me, somebody get my journal and they can really finish what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be crazy though. I'm repainting this city.
Do you read at all?
I'm reading right now. I'm reading Superior Man.
All the way for Superior Man?
Yeah, I'm reading that right now.
How deep are you into that book?
I'm already in. I'm done. So
it's hard. I had to revisit that. I read that joint. Well, I listened to the audiobook twice. Yeah. And that shit is
that's crazy. It's gonna help you out in life.
Yeah, it do, bro.
You understand the woman's mind, you understand your mind. So,
oh, man.
So I got that down. Man, I'm reading a lot of stuff, bro. I'm always reading and trying to educate myself. And look into, like, I watch a lot of interviews like this.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing, but picture this being young Jay-Z sitting down here. I watched their oldest interviews to figure out what their mindset was when they was at my point. And I write down notes and then I bring it into my career. So I do that all the time. I do that every day. No matter what, I'm always watching an interview. I'm always reading. I'm always studying the game, studying the billboards, I'm just studying a lot. Because you got to know it. You got to know it, bro, just to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Word, man.
Yeah, bro.
Dang, bro. Yeah, you lit it, bro. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. Go ahead and give everybody your handle, bro.
Man, at 2 Live Bree on everything, man. 2livebree.com. Yeah. 2 Live merch coming soon. I forgot about that. That's real deal gonna happen. 2 Live merch. That's crazy. Project coming soon, man. I do not have a title for it, but it's definitely gonna drop before spring break. We back on tour. A European tour may come soon this summer. We working on that. So pray if you in Europe or whatever that we come through. There's just many blessings. Side by side, we on the way. Shout out to this platform right here, bro. If you're an artist, you watching this, tap in with them. Producers, anything, tap in with them, bro. Sending many blessings to them and straight like that.
Man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. This is AC, man. We're Coolin with AC, and we out, man.
The AC off now.
My dog, bro.
Yo, MassCtv, man. It's your boy 2 Live Bree. We ain't afraid to live, and we here. Check us out.
I thought I told you that I'd never leave you on. I thought I told you you could call me when you want. Yeah, I can hear any girl I want, but I don't. Girls that's around me, but I tell them carry on. She know I keep it litty. When I'm at the city, I'm bring her to my telly, yes, I'm gonna hit it. Put up in a Lamborghini, I've been drinking Henny. I can spit a sister, but I'm not gon' move petty. I got the booze ready, I got the cash ready, I got the moves ready, everything is ready.